What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some updated information that many people have been asking me and clamoring for. And that's what's going to be next for undefeated welterweight superstar title contender, the Phenom, as I refer to him as, in Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis is 31 wins, no losses, no draws, 28 big wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. He's coming off of a dominating performance and victory over Villa, okay? Roman Villa. He dominated that fight. He looked spectacular in that fight. So with that said, everybody's clamoring to know what's next for Jaron Boots Ennis. Where are we going to see him fight next? Who is he going to fight next? And now, according to sources, they want to make a fight now with Jaron Boots Ennis in December. They want him to come back in December and possibly against the former WBA junior welterweight world champion, now welterweight star Mexican title contender in the El Azteca, Mario Barrios, who is 28 wins, 2 losses, no draw, 18 wins by way of knockout. One time in his career, he was knocked out. He's 28 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 71-inch arm reach. So they want to make a fight. Mario Barrios is coming off the biggest win of his career, as he defeated former WBA welterweight world champion, Cuban star boxer Yordenis Ugas. He won a 12-round decision. He dropped Ugas a few times in the fight. I thought the fight should have been stopped. With that said, that fight took place September 30th, right? Mario Barrios is right now suspended by the Nevada State Athletic Commission until October 31st, until Halloween. Okay, so Halloween, Mario Barrios is, suspended to that day. But he won the fight. It's just because of the action that he was in and the type of fight it was. So they suspended him. He didn't suffer any injuries. No, he didn't get knocked out. But October 30th. So in a few weeks, he'll be cleared. And so now Mario Barrios recently stated that he was more than willing to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. He feels like he has now gotten acclimated to the welterweight division, okay? Since losing to since losing to Gervonta Tank Davis, that fight took place in June of 2021. Gervonta Tank Davis, he knocked out Mario Barrios, dropped him 3 times, then knocked him out in the 11th round of their fight. After that, Mario Barrios, he moved up to welterweight, and he challenged former unified welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Keith one-time Thurman. He immediately fought Keith Thurman in his first fight at welterweight that took place in February. So February 2022, and Keith Thurman, he won a unanimous decision. But Mario Barrios, he hurt Keith Thurman visibly 3 times. Now, he took a lot of clean punches. Keith Thurman was nailing him with some clean punches. But nonetheless, Keith Thurman won the fight, unanimous decision. But Mario Barrios had a good showing of himself. Then he came back in February, a year later of 2023, this year. He fought Giovanni Santiago, and he got an 8th round stoppage victory over Giovanni Santiago. And then he went into the Yordenis Ugas fight, okay? And he beat Yordenis Ugas, right? And that was the biggest win of his career. And he said now he's gotten acclimated and comfortable and grew into the welterweight division. And now he's ready to, fight the absolute best there is to offer, okay? And so with that said, he says that he was more than willing to challenge and fight Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Boots Ennis is seen as and viewed as the boogeyman in the welterweight division. That's how Jaron Boots Ennis is seen, right? Jaron Boots Ennis is viewed as the boogeyman in the division. Jaron Boots Ennis is viewed as one of the best fighters in the world, right? Jaron Boots Ennis, his talent is off the charts. Jaron Boots Ennis has, he has the ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox. He has the ability to switch, from whichever stand he so chooses that, he feel whatever angle. Okay. The angles that Jaron Boots Ennis can use, there's no limitations to Jaron Boots Ennis, right? He's big. He's 5'10". He has a 74-inch arm reach. He has power in both hands. He's very athletic. He has extremely fast hands. He has power in both hands. So there's no limitations to Jaron Boots Ennis, right? There's no ceiling on Jaron Boots Ennis, right? Jaron Boots Ennis, I view him. I call Jaron Boots Ennis the Phenom, right? I refer to him as the Phenom. I refer to Jaron Boots Ennis as he reminds me and puts me in the mindset of Roy Jones Jr. and in the mindset of Sugar Ray Leonard, right? He's big, he's fast. Sugar Ray Leonard, 5'10", 74-inch arm reach. Roy Jones is 5'11" and a half with a 74-inch arm reach. So their talent, their skill set. I think Roy Jones is the greatest athlete we ever saw in the sport of boxing. I think Jaron Boots Ennis, I don't want to say he's the greatest athlete or up there, but his talent is off the charts. Hit the ceiling and the possibilities of what he can possibly do in the sport of boxing is off the charts. We have not seen Jaron Boots Ennis even scrape the surface of what his possibilities and what he can be in the sport of boxing. And so now I'm getting, information is saying that Jaron Boots Ennis and his father, trainer, manager, Bozy Ennis, they're not going to turn down anything but their collar, and they won't even turn that down. And so with that said, it's just difficult for Jaron Boots Ennis to get fights. Okay, it has been difficult. He's a high risk, low reward. Now, he is the mandatory challenger for the International Boxing Federation title, better known as the IBF. But there's only one champion, and that's the undisputed welterweight champion in Terrence Bud Crawford. And he has a contractually obligated rematch with Errol the True Spence Jr., who was the unified welterweight champion. So Jaron Boots Ennis is just unfortunate in the time frame and the situation, right? So if Terrence Crawford Errol Spence rematch takes place at 154 junior middleweight, then the belt will become vacant. But even if they fight at welterweight, Jaron Ennis is not getting his opportunity. I would like to see Jaron Ennis face off against Emanis Stanionis, okay, who is the WBA regular champion, okay? And so I would love to see Jaron Ennis fight against Stanionis, right? But Mario Barrios is a good fight for Jaron Boots Ennis to close out the year, and Mario Barrios is a big fighter. He's fundamentally sound. As far as style-wise, I think that Jaron Ennis is just too quick, too explosive, too precise, just too great of an athlete for Mario Barrios. We saw him have issues with Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman was nailing him with clean punches. We saw him he was outboxing Gervonta Tank Davis in my opinion, the first 5 rounds of that fight. But Gervonta Tank Davis' athletic ability, his explosiveness, his power, his southpaw stands, the angles, it gave Barrios problems. He got too close, started misjudging the distance, and Tank Davis started nailing him and then eventually stopped him in the 11th round. Yordenis Ugas is a different type of fighter. He's more flat-footed. He stands in the pocket, high guard, tucks his body away. But he's not very explosive, not very athletic, not very quick. He's big, he's precise, he's strong, but he don't have a lot of knockout power. He's not very quick, not very explosive and athletic. So with that said, Jaron Boots Ennis is a bigger, better version, more athletic version of Tank Davis. And he's a boxer like Keith Thurman. So there, when you put those things, and the triangle theory doesn't work in the sport of boxing. We have proof of that. We have examples of that. But nonetheless, the style of Jaron Boots Ennis is going to be a problem for Mario Barrios. And I think he'll stop Mario Barrios earlier than Tank did. Tank stopped him in the 11th round. Boots won't be getting outboxed for the first 5 rounds. Tank jumped up from 130 to 140, 10 pounds. He's 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Barrios is 6 feet tall with a 71-inch arm reach. So extremely taller, has extremely longer arms. It's not the case when he fights Boots. So with that said, I think Boots stops Mario Barrios by the 7th round, and that's just due to just immense punishment that Barrios starts taking after the 2nd and 3rd round. He's just going to start getting hit clean. He's going to start getting hit often, and it's going to start. He's going to start getting hit with shots he don't see. And in the first 2 rounds of fill-out rounds, Boots is going to have to gauge the distance because he is tall with long arms, and he can box, and he has a good jab. But once Boots get the timing and distance down, the combination punches, the athletic ability, the hand speed, it's going to be too much for Mario Barrios, and I think he's going to stop him by the 7th round. So hopefully this fight comes to fruition. So what I'm hearing is in December, we could see Mario Barrios versus Boots Ennis, possibly December 9th. That date is secured. If not, it could be after Christmas. But, they're looking at December 9th. The problem is Floyd Mayweather also wants to come back on that date. Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, they're talking about coming back on that date. So you can possibly see Boots Ennis and Mario Barrios on the card with them if Floyd Mayweather doesn't fight, or, his own date. So we got to see how that plays out. But the target date is December. Mario Barrios is on board. Boots Ennis is definitely on board. So let's see. Hopefully it comes to fruition. I pray that it comes to fruition. Jaron Boots Ennis deserves it. Mario Barrios deserves it. These are 2 guys that are willing to. Barrios is willing to fight anybody. Boots is willing to fight anybody. It's definitely a good fight. I would prefer to see Boots versus Ennis Stanionis or Boots versus Keith Thurman, definitely. But it looks like this could be the fight. So I'm all for it. Let's make it happen. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Blue. I'm signing off. I'm gone. Peace.